southern France, especially the Loire Valley, is known for its route of grand castles and fortresses, built in an era when kings and dukes preferred this beautiful region over Paris. But this area of southern France has also preserved the richness of earlier times, from Bronze Age dolmens to medieval towers and an impressive religious heritage. The Loire Valley Castle route in France offers a slow-paced lifestyle, a mild climate, smooth wines, and the warmth of its people. Chenonceau is probably the most popular castle in the Loire Valley and is considered the most beautiful in southern France. This is no surprise, given its unique location, surrounded by formal gardens. This Renaissance building evolved from a mansion inspired by Venetian palaces into a full-fledged castle with the addition of 2 galleries. This palace houses a fantastic collection of furniture and artworks, including a rare portrait of Henry III by the great French Renaissance painter François Clouet. The extravagant Francis I conceived this castle, which started as a fortress at the edge of a well-stocked hunting forest. In 1519, the original fortress was demolished to make way for Chambord, designed by an unknown architect who combined traditional French medieval architecture with Italian Renaissance elements. By the 17th century, Chambord had 440 rooms, more than 300 fireplaces, and dozens of staircases. Home to Kings Louis XII, Francis I, and Henry III, no other castle in the Loire Valley has such a sensational history of courtly intrigue. It culminated in the assassination, ordered by King Henry III of France, of the ambitious Duke of Guise, leader of the formidable Catholic Holy League. This macabre event, which took place in the King's buried chamber, marked the end of the castle's political significance. The building itself juxtaposes 4 distinct architectural styles, from the 13th century through Gothic, Renaissance, and Classical periods. The small and bustling town of Amboise in southern France is famous for its castle and for being Leonardo da Vinci's final home. Although much of it has been destroyed, one can still see the splendor that reigned when Charles VIII, then Francis I of France, and later Henry II and Catherine de' Medici introduced Italy's love for luxury and elegance to the French court. In the charming Château Saint Hubert, a surviving plaque marks Leonardo da Vinci's burial site. This elegant Renaissance-style manor on the outskirts of Amboise was Leonardo da Vinci's last residence. In 1516, King Francis invited Leonardo to the royal court in Amboise and settled him in Clos Lucé, where he lived until his death in 1519. Inside the house, Da Vinci's bedroom, reception hall, study, kitchen, and a small chapel built for Anne of Brittany by Charles VIII are open to the public. The basement showcases models based on Leonardo's astonishing technical drawings. With its towering turrets and deep moats, Sully-sur-Loire is a prime example of a medieval fortress. Built in the late 14th century at a rare crossing of the Loire River, it was acquired in 1602 by Maximilien de Bethune, the first Duke of Sully, who reinforced the riverbanks, created gardens, and oversaw restoration. It remained in his family before passing to the state in 1962, and restoration efforts continue today. Perched on a wooded hill above the Loire, Chaumont resembles a fairy tale castle. Its soaring white towers, built between 1466 and 1510, were never tested in battle and remain in perfect condition. Today, Chaumont serves as a center for arts and nature, commissioning major contemporary art installations in its gardens. Azay le Rideau is one of the most popular castles in France. Its elegant silhouette and richly decorated facades are reflected in the tranquil waters of its lake, which was once a medieval moat. The architect, influenced by Italian design and innovative in the use of a straight staircase, transformed defensive elements of a previous warlike era into charming ornamental features. The Château de Cheverny is another well-preserved Loire Valley castle. The Taittinger family, owners of the prestigious Taittinger champagne, resides in the castle and has ensured its impeccable maintenance. The palace's interior is particularly impressive, with many rooms furnished with original 17th century artwork and furniture. Located in the heart of Ceylon, just 18 kilometers south of Orleans, this 17th century family castle has been a private residence for over 350 years. From the basement to the attic, and from the barn with its antique toy exhibition to the stables, visitors can explore 15 uniquely decorated rooms across 3 floors. During summer afternoons and Sundays, costume cooks invite guests to taste delicious homemade honey madeleines while sharing insights into 17th century kitchen life. One of the best preserved castles in southern France, Villandry is also among the most beautiful in the country. Although the castle itself boasts classical elegance, it is most famous for its magnificent gardens, restored after the Carvalho family purchased the estate in 1906. The gardens are arranged on 3 levels. The upper terrace houses a sun and water garden, the middle terrace has a flower garden at the castle's level, and the lower level features the largest ornamental kitchen garden in the world. With its countless pointed towers gleaming white against the dark forest, the beautiful Château d'Os is said to have inspired 17th century French author Charles Perrault to write Sleeping Beauty. Entering the town of Langeais, one is immediately struck by the odd placement of its castle right in the city center. While the building's exterior is strong and fortress-like, its inner facade is more influenced by the Renaissance, giving it the appearance of a traditional castle. Built primarily in the 15th and 16th centuries, the Château de Montrésor overlooks this charming French village from the site of earlier medieval fortifications constructed by Count Faulkner. It was purchased in the mid-19th century by Polish financier Count Branicki. Still owned by his descendants today, its decor has remained nearly unchanged, with mounted deer and wolf heads on dark wooden panels giving it a Central European ambience. Perched on a golden cliff above the Vienne River, the Château de Chinon is surrounded by winding medieval streets steeped in history. On March 6, 1429, Joan of Arc arrived here, exhausted from her journey, to begin her transformation from peasant girl to warrior saint. A statue of Joan on horseback stands in the town's marketplace, commemorating her fateful visit. The Loire Valley is a region rich in history and tradition, offering a variety of castles, sites to visit, and wonders to see. From grand medieval fortresses to Renaissance manor houses and palaces, there is much to discover on a journey through this breathtaking part of France.